Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, doing the what's next on Mauricio Lara, the featherweight contender who returned to action on Saturday, March 5th on a DAZN undercard when he went and got a third-round knockout victory over little-known Eduardo Sanchez. Ended up being a pretty good firefight for 3 rounds right there. But Lara weathered whatever storm Sanchez brought and got him out of there, and bounced back from that second round no contest that he had with Josh Warrington in their rematch from when he upset Josh Warrington in February of last year, brutally knocking him out in the 9th round of that fight. So Lara now, the big question is what's next for him. Well, you know what's sad about this entire equation is that Lara has been the odd man out since the no contest. People are almost treating it like Warrington won the rematch, which that rematch never really got started. I mean, those two guys were chucking the first 2 rounds, but it was very even. It wasn't like Warrington was overwhelming Lara or anything. And to be honest, I still believe Lara, the way he was hitting Warrington with his power shots, I still believe that he was going to probably win again. And that's my opinion, but it's just based on what I saw in the fight. I think Lara's punches are so thudding that they were gonna end up stopping Warrington again. But we'll never know until these two guys lock horns a 3rd time. But you know, it's sad that Kiko Martinez went out and got a rematch with Josh Warrington, and it's for the IBF title. And I know people are like, well, if Warrington wants to fight, he could fight Lara after, if he were to beat Kiko Martinez. And that would be great if Kiko Martinez and, the winner of that fight didn't have a mandatory due, which they are supposed to. So it's a very frustrating situation for Mauricio Lara, and I feel bad for the guy, but I'm hoping somebody wants to give him an opportunity, and I'll run through the top 10. And I'll start with the guy originally had number 1 coming into the year, the WBO champion, Emmanuel Navarrete. Now, he's still my number 1, and I think if Navarrete is not, if he is a promotional free agent right now, why not an all-Mexican slugfest with Mauricio Lara? Lara is very deserving of a title shot. He made quick work of his opponent, so why not these two guys lock horns maybe in May, something in that area, and compete for the WBO featherweight title. Again, Lara is deserving based on his knockout of the previous undefeated Josh Warrington, especially if Warrington is getting a title shot against Kiko Martinez. So it's I would love to see that fight with Emmanuel Navarrete, and I think it's deserving. Now, other guys in the top 10, we'll run through them real fast. Gary Russell Jr. Well, Gary, that's not going to happen. Different promoters, and Gary Russell's coming off the loss to Magsayo, so it really wouldn't make sense right now. Russell's probably going to have surgery on his shoulder if that injury is indeed legit, which it seems to be. Number 4, the IBF champ, Kiko Martinez. Well, if Kiko beats Josh Warrington in their rematch, I wouldn't hold it past Kiko to want a fight with Mauricio Lara. But the thing is Kiko's probably going to have a mandatory due. So, and if he really had his choice of who he wanted to fight, it's probably not going to be Lara. It would probably be another champion like Navarrete. So right now, I doubt the Kiko Martinez fight would be on the table. Number 5 would be a 3rd fight with Josh Warrington. I don't know. Again, I get this feeling that Warrington almost looks at the 2-round no contest as he didn't lose, so he kind of won. And if he were to beat Martinez, I don't know if he would want a 3rd fight with Lara. He hasn't really spoken of it. That 3rd fight with Martinez is coming up in a week and a half. And it just doesn't seem like he wants that smoke again against Mauricio Lara, and it's sad because he should want to get revenge on Lara. He should want a 3rd fight, especially if he becomes a world champion, because wouldn't that title feel meaningless? But I don't know. Right now, and again, whoever wins the fight between Martinez and Warrington, I believe is going to have a mandatory due. So that throws a big monkey wrench into things. So we'll see. Number 6, Kid Galahad, not likely. He's going to be moving up almost for sure to 130 pounds. Number 7, Ray Vargas is in line to fight Mark Magsayo for the title. They're actually good to go. Number 8, Lee Wood. Now this one's interesting. Lee Wood, after knocking out Michael Conlon, is in line to fight for the official WBA title against Leo Santa Cruz. Now, if Santa Cruz does not honor that mandatory, Lee Wood will be upgraded to full champion and be wide open to fight whoever he wants. And these two guys both fight with DAZN. You know, their promoters both are linked to DAZN. So I think this fight would be possible. Would Lee Wood want this fight against the dangerous Lara, coming off of another successful win? That's the big question. I don't know if that's going to be possible, so we have to wait and see. But I'm hoping. Like I said, I really like that matchup, and I'm hoping, but we have to see. But I really believe Santa Cruz would be stupid to not keep a title that has been, his for basically the last 3 years without having to defend it. And he really doesn't have any other options, so why not just go with it and take on Lee Wood? So I'd be surprised. And then you have the guys that are tied for 10th: Can Shu, Joet Gonzalez, Eduardo Ramirez. Mark Magsayo's throwing himself in there now. He's a WBC champion. That's not possible though. But Can Shu coming on. Shu would be an option, but I don't think he'd want that fight with Mauricio Lara, because he's coming off of a loss, to Lee Wood last year. So I doubt it. Joet Gonzalez, he's tied with Top Rank. Not likely that him and Lara would lock it up, even though I'd love that matchup. And Eduardo Ramirez is with the PBC, and I doubt he'd want that matchup. So, Mauricio Lara is that guy that really looks like he could be avoided. I just hope somebody gives him an opportunity. I really do. His highest ranking, I believe, is like number 6 or something like that in the, so unless he works himself into a final eliminator, he might just have to stay busy. And that's sad, because Mauricio Lara deserves a lot more than that. But hopefully somebody answers the call and steps up to the plate to fight him, so he's not so avoided. Because after that knockout of Josh Warrington last year, he's very deserving. Remember, he brutally knocked out Warrington, who at the time, you could argue between him and Gary Russell for number 1 in the division. Warrington was undefeated. So, again, this guy's very deserving, and I hope he gets an opportunity. We'll see what happens. But that's it. That's what I got on Mauricio Lara, the featherweight contender. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.